So let's look at how we can write some really, really large numbers or really, really small numbers in a more compact way. And the way we can do that is to use scientific notation. In scientific notation, the decimal place is moved to the right of the first digit in the number. So the resulting number is a decimal number between 1 and 10. Then you count how many places you move the decimal point, and let's call this something, I don't know, call it n. Then multiply the decimal number by 10 to the power of n, where n is positive if you move the decimal place to the left and negative if you moved it to the right. So as an example, let's write these numbers in scientific notation. So I've got 7,675,000,000, and I'd like to write this in a little bit more compact way, which is the scientific notation way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this decimal point, which is right now right there. I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 places. So it's going to come 7.675. Notice that number is between 1 and 10. But I can't just leave it like that. I have to say how I got that and what it does, because I need to remember this is a really big number. So I need to multiply that by 10 to the power of how many times I moved over, which I moved 9 places. Since I moved to the left, my decimal place to the left, my 9 is positive. And that is because if you think about it, 10 to a power actually moves your decimal place and so forth. So that's kind of what's happening. Also, if you have a really big number, you should have a positive value. Now let's take 0.0000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000.000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000 So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this decimal point and we're going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 places. And it becomes 1.67. Again, that number is between 1 and 10. And then we're going to multiply that times 10 to a power, and the power was how many times I moved over, which I moved over 27 times. I moved to the right, so it's minus 27. So I'm multiplying by powers of 10 that make it a really small number, moves the decimal place around. So one thing to think about is if you're a really big number, you're going to have a positive power on that. If a really small number, you're going to have a negative power on that. We want to also be able to go the other way. We want to be able to write the scientific notation in what we call standard form. Standard form just basically means it's our standard way of looking at it and it doesn't have scientific notation. So I'm going to take 1.602 times 10 to the negative 19, and I want to write it in standard form. So the first thing I realized is I'm going to have that 1602 without any decimal points. And then I'm thinking about taking that decimal point and I'm moving it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So that decimal point is going to end up there. And then I got to fill in the zeros for all those. So notice you have 18 zeros and the 1602. So there's a number in what we call standard form. A lot of people like to put a 0 in on the left of the decimal point just so you can see that decimal point there. Let's take 3.844 times 10 to the 8th. That would be, again, we're going to take that decimal point and we're going to move it from where it was. We're going to move it to the right because we're multiplying by powers of 10. So that takes me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to end up there. Then you have to add in some zeros. to know what that number is. And then some people like to put commas in, so we put a comma every 3-1. So this is going to be 384,400,000. And so there's your number in standard form. Notice the scientific notation is way easier to look at. Just a quick note, calculators and computers can't always write in scientific notation. Some calculators and computers use a notation of 3.844E with 8 after it, or 3.844 with a little e with an 8 after it. The number after the big E or little e represents the power on the 10. So 3.844E8 is really 3.844 times 10 to the 8th. It's just that computers and calculators usually can't write times 10 to a power because that means using superscripts. You, however, have the ability to do that. You know how to write that number with a superscript on it, a power on it. So please write them in the correct notation way, not with the e's there anymore. Just remember, whenever you see 3.844e to the 8, it really means scientific notation.